Alright, here we go, back into this. Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of Elsewhere High. I do believe this is what this is called. This is chapter 1. I'm kind of convinced that I should buy chapter 2 now. But yeah. It was cold inside. Or perhaps it was a reasonable temperature and Derek's hot skin met the air with a chilling salute. Even though it was soaking heavy, Derek decided to keep his sweater on. It was basically all he had. The driver sat behind a glass cage with all of its windows deeply tinted and completely impenetrable by sight. Whoa. Okay, so this is basically like a prison bus. You serious? So he's around the glass cage, so if someone tries... So they're really expecting, like, bad students to be on the bus and try to kill the bus driver, I'm guessing? Ah, my headphones went out. Crap. Oh, that's not good. Ouch. That's not good. If Sonic decides to come back, it might as well come back in a shocking revolution. If it doesn't, oh well. I'm willing to continue this game without sound, but oh boy, sounds are good. So was the entire bus. It seemed Derek couldn't see outside, as the road windows were also darkened by a deep tint. His spine rattled. He let out a small cough and shrugged his backpack off with his shoulders. His muscles were balled up and hard. Then Derek noticed that in the middle of the bus sat a girl. Hi there. She was the only other passenger and sat with her body turned toward the window next to her. What is she looking at? It looked as if she were deep in thought. Derek's kindly curiosity was suffocated by, well, everything else. His anger, his confusion, his stubbornness. He sat in the front seat directly behind the shielded driver. With his backpack placed by his side, he leaned his head against the window and closed his eyes. Good night, Derek. He knew that he would not find sleep. Okay. Hey. Derek's heart leaped. He kept his eyes closed. Maybe she's not talking to me. Hey. This time it was more pointed. Derek rolled his body upwards and turned toward her. Yeah? You're just gonna sit by yourself? He still couldn't get a good look at her. All but her shoulder was blocking by the seat in front of her. Come on, grab a seat. Stay put. Yeah, I don't see why not. It's our first day. With a touch of okay. Derek picked up his bag and walked toward her. On his way, the bus did its best to thwart his efforts, throwing him effortlessly from side to side. I knew it was a bad idea, but I wanted to do it anyways. Its metal body bouncing toward the rhythm of the road. With a taut grip, Derek pulled himself into the seat, sitting upright and gently. Hi there. Well, that was a struggle. She gave a light smile. Derek finally able to gave the girl a glance. She was gorgeous. Her frame was gracious and timid, but she carried it with a purposeful force. She was hunched, yet all of her limbs and muscles were firm, confident in their plot. Sorry about that. Her folded God. Her folded posture was not one of laziness, but one of intent. On her face sat green eyes that studied Derek hurriedly, but also offered a sense of genuine welcome. She had rested stare that some might have mistook as emotionless. But that was not true. Derek guessed she was just calm. You could have walked over at the next stoplight or something. Huh? I mean, so you wouldn't been so rickety. Ah, no, it was fine. She leaned further back into the seat and placed her hands into her pockets. Oh, well, good morning. I can't do a good voice for that person. Derek had almost forgotten. The thick darkness had nearly fooled him, but it was, in fact, morning. He let out a sigh. You too. His eyes wandered. I'm Sophie. Derek. Okay. Nice to meet you. Yeah. What was that for? What? That... She did her best to lower her voice, just chin out like Derek did. In any other circumstance, her imitation would have made Derek smile, but his face remained stoic. Just not the best mood. She turned back into herself, like turned her head inside her head. What? She turned back into herself before offering a response. Yeah, I feel that I was in a great or bad mood when they picked me up too. Probably still am. Place was turned me into a bitter old. Wow. You seem fine. No, Australian turned in what? New York turned Australian. Or English, I don't know what you want to call it. Really, most people take. Derek shrugged and she did. They shared a moment of silence, but perhaps experienced it in completely separate ways. Sophie sat relaxed, carrying something between confidence and indifference on her shoulders. Derek swam deep in his anxieties, half forgotten that he was sharing space. The bus rumbled, carrying them down a wholly unknown route. Each time the bus turned or stopped, Derek wondered where he was going, or where he was. It was head west, but we've taken 2 right turns. Or 3? What? Derek spoke, but with tangly reservedness. Do you know how long it'll take? To get to school? A long time. Like what, an hour or 2? I'm not sure. You're not sure? Is this your first day too? Derek's voice was laced with annoyance. No. Then how do you not know? I just don't know, okay? It's fair, jeez. It's far, jeez. Let it go. Derek wasn't used to being so abrasive. He didn't like that feeling. Okay, sorry, I'm just... No, I get it, I'm fine. I'm sorry, I'm just... antsy. Shouldn't that be my job? A different kind of antsy. I remember the feeling on my first day. Yeah. Like this one? Was it crap like this one? She almost laughed. I'm sure it was pretty similar. She pushed out a gale of breath through his cheeks. They send you off quick too? Derek shrugged. They gave me a few days to get ready. That's a luxury. I was gone the next day. Didn't have time to do anything. It's like a sick joke or something. Some guys back at campus always say there's no use in mopping. But I actually really like mopping, so they can't shut up. Derek wasn't sure how to respond. He let a timid laugh escape him. Yeah, I'm sure I'll do plenty of mopping over the little while. Oh, blush. Whatever. So, she righted herself with a touch of pap. What'd you bring? In your backpack. I mean, it's all soaked. Oh. Yeah, I'm actually pretty worried. Derek took the bag and reached inside. My laptop's in here. Your laptop? Face was sick with worry. But look. He opened his bag and let her see the laptop was wrapped in 2 plastic shopping bags. Forward thinker. Sophie rolled her eyes. Or you just wanted to get your 5 cents worth. There's 2 bags in here. Oh, sorry, your dime's worth. Their voices were playful. Playful and high. Hey, people. Don't get rich by wasting money. Oh, yeah? So your goal is to be all rich one day? Well, no, actually, I was just mean, you know. He searched for words, but retreated into a laugh instead. I actually have no idea where I was going with that. Sophie gave him a sarcastic smile. What? And they make you pay 5 cents for a bag. Like, come on. It's a war crime, really? So what else did you get in there? My laptop charger. You don't say. Sheriff shuffled for a bag for some more, another T-shirt, so that one doesn't get too disgusting. Yep, that hurt. Scrunched his face in uncertainty. No. What? I packed them in my other bag. You packed your T-shirt as a backup. Well, people can see my T-shirt. You know it takes some time for your luggage to go through screening, right? I thought it was quick, like a couple of days or something. Yeah, that's what they say, but it never comes out on time. Oh, great. Sophie was unimpressed. Look, they tell us. So we don't even know who's rummaging through our bags? Nope. Great. Yep, welcome aboard. You're running to stupid stuff like that all the time. Just absolutely no idea what's going on. Huh? His body contracted into a shiver. Man, is there any way they could turn the AC down? I find it nice. Yeah, you're not soaking wet. Take your sweater off then. So you can see through my shirt? No. Ouch. He liked her crass attitude. There was something about it that what? So what's with these windows? Good question. Sophie teetered somewhere between annoyed and empathetic. Each time she spoke, it confused Derek and caused him to tread rather lightly. Listen. She took a large breath. There's a ton of stuff about the place that seems off. There's even more stuff where we just have to get used to it. What I've learned from this place so far is that it's better to ask as little questions as possible. You can make friends and stuff, just don't be loud about it or anything. Keep your head down, stay out of trouble, and don't make a fuss about being kept in the dark. I mean, we probably brought this on ourselves, I guess. Of course I want to know why we can't look out these windows, but I don't get to know that. It's not for me to know, so I don't ask. Derek decided to say nothing in return. How are you feeling? Blank. Oh, I actually, I'm fine. You're a terrible liar. Oh, really? I am fine. I will hold it against you. Honestly, I did the same thing when I first came. Just told everyone, including myself, that it was fine. But I wasn't. It's okay not to be fine. Just be more honest next time. Took a moment before continuing. You know, I'm on this bus, which means I messed up, but... or anything. We could talk whatever you need. Yeah, for sure. Derek could start to smell his feet reek. Wiggling his toes in his drowned shoes, he pushed the conversation forward in an attempt to distract Sophie from the search. So if this isn't your first day, then why are you on the bus? Just to get out. We weren't allowed to leave campus, but we get bus privileges if they think we're showing good behavior. Sometimes I feel more claustrophobic on here than I do at elsewhere. But it's still a change of scenery, I guess. Derek's heart sank. He had yet to arrive at his new school, but he already felt undeniably restrained. Thinking about these harsh limitations made him feel queasy and irate. They have no rights too. But Derek knew his malicious thoughts were in vain. He had surrounded his control when he gave his confession, and this, he knew, was the outcome. What happens if you leave? What happens if you leave campus? If we leave campus? So Sophie's eyes twitched, and then they sank, looking deep into her thoughts. We don't know. But I don't really want to find out. Derek thought about challenging her, but stopped himself prematurely. It seemed best to him not to prod. Sunken and low, Sophie spoke away from Derek. Any more questions? How often do you take the bus? How long have you been here? Elsewhere, it only opened a couple months ago. At the beginning of the school year, I was one of the first, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks. She claimed a moment for her and her thoughts but returned to the conversation bearing a small, solemn grin. Her eyes were elsewhere. That's a funny joke. I remember a lesson in grade 2 about time. What? Our teacher was trying to explain to us how people invented time. That didn't really exist before we did. Time was made by, wasn't it Chinese, I think? Because they had the materials to do so. Or was it the Arabians? I can't remember. I have it in notes somewhere. Obviously, we couldn't really get it, and maybe I never got it until I came here. But these weeks have felt like, I don't know, 6 days, 6 years? What do you mean? She took another moment to properly sort through her thoughts. You know, when a friend tells you a story about having vacation they took, how they saw this unbelievable thing and they tried to explain it to you, but it doesn't really translate, you know? You still can't really picture what they mean. What they say? That makes more sense. I don't know. Elsewhere is kind of like that. I could try to explain everything about it to you, but it wouldn't help. Besides, you're not that far away from experiencing it yourself. Sophie took a strand of her hair between her fingers and ran it down the edges of her face, then righted her baseball cap as it sat in her palm. Righted her baseball cap and set it in her palms. She pushed it downwards, situated the beak so that it was almost curved her eye. Well, Derek, I'm going to get some sleep. Derek's eyebrows scrunched. Sleep? Is it really that far? No clue, but I'm exhausted. Oh, okay. He was tired too, but thinking about sleep made him feel lonely. He wasn't ready to give up the company, but joined Sophie in her attempt to find rest. So we're gonna go to school now. Cool. It came quickly. And he found just what he expected. While the exact image of his dream escaped him, Derek felt a suffocatingly loneliness throughout. Maybe there weren't any images at all. Maybe it was black. Maybe it was raw feeling of nothing. Maybe Derek's mind was so heavy it felt like an anvil to his body. His neck ached under its weight. The nerves in his shoulders splintered and fractured, fractioning away from themselves to find help. It's heavy. It's so lonely. And then, what? Derek's body lifted from the seat with the strength of an impact. Whoa, did we get into a car crash? Jeez. He gripped the seat. He gripped the front of the seat. He gripped the front in his seat. He gripped the seat in front of him and flew his eyes around the bus with a loud sense of urgency. What was that? The pothole. She seemed annoyed, not frazzled, while her calm response did something to de-escalate Derek. It almost made him irritated. What? It means we're close. I almost had a heart attack. Sorry, I should have warned you. Her swaviness suddenly slid with a magnetic force to a biting annoyance. Yeah. Alright, dude, calm down. It was a bump, you're fine. Derek wiped his mouth from the back of his sleeve. It was hot with anger. It took him some time to calm his breath, and by then the bus had slowed to a stop. Derek closed his eyes and checked his tone before he spoke. Hi, does this mean we're here? He said it much more calmly than he had imagined. Yep, this is us. I don't know that TV show. I've heard of it, though. It's good. Playing one stop on the Elsewhere High bus. As Sophie seemed collected and familiar, Derek scrambled for courage. He grabbed his backpack, stood from the seat, and walked towards the front of the bus. As he passed the driver's chambers, he tried one last time to peer into the tinted glass. Who took me here? But of course he could see nothing. The doors in front of him stood open. He could see a puddle of water on the ground. Still raining. At least something felt familiar. Take your time. Derek had noticed her behind him. He couldn't tell how much sarcasm was laced in her gesture. Afraid and unassured, Derek stepped down the stairs onto the dump Elsewhere High. I wonder why it's called Elsewhere. I could sure question that. There's only 37 reviews on this game. Oh, I like that guitar sound. 22 minutes in. I'm going to cut it off. Oh. So, yeah, this is Elsewhere. Save the game where I'm at here because it doesn't look like my choices matter at the moment. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. Return to this title screen. Back to the title screen, of course. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Elsewhere High. This is getting an interesting... I'm kind of getting interesting feels from this. I kind of like this. I don't know what it is about it, and I don't know what's so horror-related. Is someone going to get murdered? Or I hope someone gets murdered, because that would be interesting to see where that goes. Or, like, something bad's going to happen, because these people... There's only 5 characters that I can see so far that we're probably going to interact with in Chapter 1. And Chapter 1 seems a lot longer than I thought it was, so... This is going to get real interesting real quick, I bet. So... Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed Elsewhere High. I finally was able to record something. It took me forever, but I did it. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Whatever I make, please make sure to leave a like down below if you like the video. Check out my other content. Comment anything down below on any of those videos. Subscribe to see more of my content as it goes up. And be notified if you want to hit that bell. If you hit that bell, you'll be notified of the video as it comes up. I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I make. Bye-bye! This is gonna be